episode 6 of Cinema Curse. Toss those books in the trash and throw your dogs on the bed. It's time for the first Monday night movie night roundup. I've been doing a movie night with a bunch of my friends for years. No one else is invited. We're talking here today about one movie we watched really recently and another movie that's in theaters. I would say select theaters, but it's more like rented theaters.
Very select theaters.
Yeah.
Very select theaters.
Yeah, real limited engagement.
The former is the truly depraved and baffling Love on a Leash, and the former is the new 6th theatrically released, professionally produced, full-length feature film from the Honorable Reverend Dr. Neil Breen. I am your wicked game master, Connor Lloyd Crews. The Joey Chestnut of talking about movies, Edwin Gomez, is going to be joining us later because he has not seen these movies, and him and Daniel Ott don't really go to the movie night because I guess they're a little too good for us.
They're not your friends.
They're not our friends, but instead we're going to reintroduce. Oh, here's a friend we've met before.
Hey guys, it's Brian. How are you?
Another friend we've met before. Who's it going to be?
Hey, how's it going, Scott? All right.
And another friend we've met before.
Oh, hey, how's it going, everybody? Alex.
And two friends that we've yet to meet.
Hey, I'm Paul. Or
And
Polly. Or Pimsky TTV.
please follow him on Twitch.
plug.
Going straight for
Okay.
the plug.
Please follow me on Twitch.
And
Hi, I'm Anne. I am barely on Twitch, but you can follow me on Twitter at AnneSplains, or you can not do that. It's fine.
well, we have guys. We gotta. You guys gotta calm down. We have a segment at the end for plugs.
Okay.
This segment's
what? You
about
just
me
gotta
opening
repeat
my
it.
wine.
What are you drinking here, Connor? What do you got?
I'm drinking what I've drunk the last couple episodes. I got it for.
Well, I haven't been on the last couple episodes.
Well, people might be watching. I got it for the Friedkin Memorial, but it's a French sparkling rosé. La Ferme Julienne.
Ooh,
Trader
featuring
Joe's.
the goat. The goat.
Yeah, it's some sort of goat with little flowers underneath it.
I like it.
That's kind of nice.
Fine glassware you're working with.
Yeah, only the best.
I like goats because they're like satanic.
It's funny, I don't
The
know.
most satanic animal.
I don't know what happened to the other two, but I had these 4 Beatles glasses, and Paul McCartney is the only one left. The other week, I dropped George. I feel like there might be one other hidden somewhere. It would be fucked up if the 2 I had left were Ringo and Paul. Especially considering the fact that I just fucked up George, and the other one that I know I broke was like years ago. But who knows? Maybe I'm... Who know when this one breaks, we'll know.
Yeah,
it's coming.
Yeah.
I gotta be really careful with it. Cheers.
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 Cheers, man.
I also want to thank Marina Sakimoto and her band Shunkin for the use of their song "Curse" off of the album She Nods EP. You should check that out. That's what we use for our opening. And yeah, I say we get into it. I wonder if would it feel weird if I did the thing where I spotlighted the 4 of us who have seen Cade, and so we'll still be able to hear Scott and Brian, but they won't be as prominent if they're not. But I don't know if that would be weird. Would that
That's
be weird?
fine
I
with
mean, I'm
me.
good with that. Like, I'm down because
Yeah.
I want to hear all about the deal. Like, even though I haven't seen this, like this isn't spoiling anything to me.
Let me see if it'll. Let me see if it'll.
Happy to hear you guys talk about this.
Let's see if it'll.
I mean, honestly, it's hard to spoil Cade.
That's what
Yeah.
I mean. You know, it's like no matter what you guys do, you can literally
Okay.
go frame by frame, and I'm still gonna have my brand new Breen experience when I see it. So
Yeah, like
never
what I've
worked.
said about Neil Breen movies before is what I love about them. One of the many things I love about them is that they are impossible to describe in a way that is accurate to the actual sensation of watching them. Like you can give a complete beat by beat, like frame by frame playthrough of like here is what happens in the movie, and like you will still just be flabbergasted by what you actually watch.
Yeah. I think that's a good transition. Anne or Alex, so a couple months ago there was the LA premiere of Reverend Breen's new motion picture, Cade the Tortured Crossing, and me and Paul, and originally Brian was supposed to go, and Brian wasn't able to make it, and me and Paul went, and then Paul had to leave.
I had to poop.
Yeah.
I have celiac disease, and
Sorry to laugh.
I ate some gluten. So I wouldn't say midway through. It was more towards the end of Cade Torture Crossing.
It was somewhere
I had
between
to bounce.
It was somewhere between halfway and 2/3, I would say, in that
Okay.
range.
But I caught some of the good moments.
For sure.
So
And then that one actually included a Q&A and a meet and greet with Mr. Breen, which we can talk about in a second. And then myself, Alex, and Anne just this last weekend, right? Or was it a week and a half ago?
Not week
2 weekends
before.
ago.
2 weekends ago. Yeah, we saw a screening down at the beautiful Frida Theater in, is that just Orange is the city?
I think it's in
Santa Ana.
Santa
It's in
Ana.
Santa
Anna, yeah.
Orange
Yeah.
County area,
yeah.
though, for sure.
Gorgeous theater. I love that they did that on the same days they did a Twilight Saga marathon.
So it was a
this seems like
Twilight prom. They had like prom
Yeah.
decorations.
Yeah, it was very fun. If you guys are in Santa Ana, I cannot recommend that theater enough. It is gorgeous and seems like a really great time.
It was really cool. Anne or Alex, does one of you want to attempt to summarize the plot of Cade the Tortured Crossing for our audience? Don't go into spoilers. We have a spoiler section if we want to go into spoilers that we can activate. I have like a spoiler thing I can put up.
So in Dr. Breen's first sequel, this is a sequel to Twisted Pair, and our boy Cade Altier's at it again. He's trying to rehabilitate a mental hospital and its patients while also teaching them how to be dream warriors. However, he does not know, but we all quickly learn that there are nefarious goings about at this here insane asylum, shot on a green screen, incredibly, and perhaps a bit of intrigue and suspense and romance even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it brings back his characters from Twisted Pair, Cade and Kale. Kale's not in it as much as he is in Twisted Pair, but he's still in the movie and is still like a pretty big part of the movie.
Is he the main antagonist, or is he just like kind of the sub antagonist?
He's not really. He's more like he's like some just like guy who's dying, who the antagonist is exploiting because he's like melting for some reason the whole movie.
Yeah, that's right. He's because his body can't. Because his body's rejecting the stuff genetic experimentation from the aliens, right?
Yeah, the stuff that made Cade cool. Kale's body is like.
It's because of his evil genes. I guess they're not compatible.
The main antagonist for every Neil Breen movie is sanity.
Sanity, society,
or the corporation,
the corporations and banks and the government.
I guess the main antagonist would be the other nurse, the unredeemed nurse.
Yeah, the evil nurse.
Probably.
I think so. Yeah.
It doesn't have as clear of an antagonist as Coos in Twisted Pair.
No, Coos was great.
I mean, it is
both
more
versions of Coos.
Like an organization is the antagonist in this movie.
True.
It's like the people behind the whatever you call it, the experiments at the hospital.
And I guess it should be also noted that even though he's used green screen in the past, this is the first film that is shot entirely on green screen. Which gives it a real really, Attack of the Clones feel.
I was gonna say it feels like going from Phantom Menace to Attack of the Clones. It was. Like I said, this when we walked out of the movie. I think on that same Star Wars level, he should be given access to that big wraparound that they'd used for the Mandalorian. He should be given ILM's budget. Yeah, the volume, ILM budget and sound. Just give him a blank check. Let him do whatever he wants. I want to see what he'll get up to. I want to see how many more like cats he'll put in stuff.
I would be curious to see if Neil Breen had a blank check, what he'd spend the money on.
A lot of coke. A lot of coke.
I think he's less of a coke. A lot
of tuna.
Less of a coke guy and more of a guns guy.
Yeah. I mean,
I think he's straight sober. Honestly.
I was gonna say, he feels like a guy who's like, I can't get off my edge. I gotta keep my wits about me. I can't imbibe at all. Like I've said this before, like I don't think he's a QAnon guy because I think he might be Q. I don't think he's gonna fuck around with anything that'll mess with that.
I think he likes junk food. I think that's his drug.
Yeah, probably a Cool Ranch guy.
Yeah. Maybe like a hot Cheeto. Like he's the guy who's like the reason all the hot Cheeto stuff is in every single product imaginable these days.
Yeah.
Everything's flaming. It's actually Breen's thing.
That's the movie he should have done.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I wish Neil had cameoed in Flaming Hot. I also don't though. Like the one like I don't. So the one thing that felt like ever so like the biggest difference in feel for this movie was that like Neil Breen seems to now fully have accepted how people truly watch his movies. Like I don't think he's gonna change the way he makes them. He's still gonna be like be himself and like be authentic and not do like a Tommy Wiseau of like I know they're so bad, right? But it does feel like he now understands. Okay, we're all here a little bit to laugh, not to be taken away on like a sincere journey about a man using his corporate hacking powers to uncover government secrets. Like that, like not 100%, but like he's aware.
See, for me, I'm sure obviously he's aware that people like his movies, in spite of their competence.
Yes.
That
people
like
love
to
his
laugh at it.
People love his movies for the wrong reasons. To him.
Well, yes, exactly. But I'm reminded of Ed Wood.
I wanted you to tell this story because you passed him when you were leaving, when you had your gluten tummy attack. You passed him in the hallway outside the theater as it was screening.
And people were definitely laughing very hard at the film, and he looked upset. I gotta say, he did not like the laughter.
Oh,
I know, like he's accepted it that this will happen, but I'm thinking when Ed Wood was like in Ed Wood was like, worst thing you ever seen, right? Well, my next one will be better. I think genuinely Neil Breen thinks that his great movie that people will respect and appreciate for the right reasons is on the horizon. He just has to keep at it. And that's what I love about him.
I have evidence.
True. I mean, like I love him.
I have evidence. Oh, I think we all love him, and we all genuinely love him, and not in a way where I want him to feel bad necessarily. It's a hard line to walk necessarily. You know, I can sort of understand it. There's definitely a cognitive dissonance there. But I do have a little bit of evidence for what Paul was saying is that. So probably the funniest scene in the movie, we'll talk about that, and then I'll get back to my evidence, is there's a scene where Cade, as portrayed by Dr. Neil, is wandering around a forest, I guess, and then a white tiger attacks him. And this tiger, while in a couple of shots, is like obviously stock footage of a tiger, and there's one shot where it's clearly stock footage of not a white tiger that he's desaturated to make into a white tiger. But in between all of that, the main feature is that there is a CGI white tiger that Neil Breen has a fist fight with.
Hell yeah.
It's incredible.
And it's
the highlight of the film.
It's definitely it's the highlight. I will say this, the movie, rewatching it, there's a couple of other really great scenes. And I think there was one towards the end you might have missed. But I think the tiger is still probably the best scene. It's certainly the scene that got the biggest reaction, especially when we watched it the first time. But what's interesting too is that, like, especially when we were watching it that first time, this time when it was a screening where Neil wasn't actually there, it was like the vibe was a little different. But when we were watching it at the festival, when Neil was there, yes, people were laughing at some of the stuff like that, but there was a lot of other moments when, like, there would be like an applause moment, clearly, like an action moment, or there'd be like a shock moment, and the audience would act kind of animated and into it, you know what I mean? And I wonder if there's some part of Neil that in his head, because he when he talked to us, he was kind of specifically, he seemed a little embarrassed, and he kind of threw the woman under the bus who did the CGI for the tiger, but he seemed embarrassed about that. He was like, kind of like, oh, we'll get that one next time. But it seemed like he had this thing where maybe he didn't, I'm almost building on what Paul is saying, that he wasn't separating out, like he thought that, like, oh, people were into this stuff, but they weren't into this stuff, essentially. Like that's kind of my vibe I get, is that he's like, I'll get that part better, and I'll get that part better, you know?
He's
which
a
I like.
Fascinating being.
Yeah, no, I genuinely hope he
human
continues
brain.
to make movies the way he wants to for the rest of his life. Like, as you know, as an artist, like, that's the dream, to just like to George Lucas said, like, just do whatever you want. Like, fuck you, I'm gonna make the movie I want to make. I don't want him to like have to be concerned with how people are reacting to them, right?
For sure.
Like, I want no containment breach whatsoever. Let the man do whatever the fuck he wants. Neil, do not be concerned about how people are reacting to your movies.
Okay, well, here's one thing. You know what? Keep talking. I'll be right back. And I have a prop. Anybody talk.
Alex, Popcorn Alex.
Yeah, I mean, when you go see a movie like this, there's always the fear. There's always the fear that, like, okay, is this the one where he's going to break the mold? Like, is he finally aware, or is he still pure? So, like, before watching the movie, there's that little bit of nervousness. But I was relieved to see that he's still the same old Neil that we love in this
Yep.
movie. It's as insane as
yeah.
anything we've ever seen from him.
Is this his 6th movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Wow.
Like, that's like practically going to like a Wes Anderson movie at this point. Where you're like, does he still
Yeah.
got it?
Yeah. And the thing is too,
6th
it's
film by Neil Breen.
you can see the growth of Neil as a filmmaker over his career, but none of it has breached the self-awareness purity bubble. Like he's grown as a filmmaker, but he's maintained his own integrity.
I don't even know if I'd say grown as much as evolved.
Evolved, yeah, that's a
I
better
think
word.
evolved's a better term.
Yeah.
Because he's not getting better. I think probably this film, Cade the Torch of Crossing, on a technical level, might be his worst. Maybe not technical. But...
No, I think that's correct. He's because say what you will about Fateful Findings, which is not a well-made movie, I think is fair to say. There's nothing is so what the fuck is this? Oh my god! It was the entire time of watching that entire green screen thing. It's still shot in someone's house. It's shot in Neil's probably house.
Also,
Yeah,
I think
when I say he's sorry, go ahead.
I think the one thing Cade might have, and this might be a result of the green screen, is I don't remember there being a lot of weird sound issues in this one. You know what I mean?
A lot of weird sound
interesting.
issues.
Yeah.
And a lot of weird prop issues. I mean, there's the famous scene in Twisted Pair where there's the homeless guy with his little rat that's supposed to be a real rat, but it's
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
I love that.
God,
Yeah.
rat.
He's there.
Great moment.
Yeah, but it's
Most
like
polished homeless situation ever, too.
a rubber
It's
It's
toy.
also just really clean community college.
Yeah.
So clean, yeah.
Well, Twisted
So,
Twisted Pair takes in a universe that only consists of community college campuses.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And also
There's that,
war zones.
weirdness.
Yeah, active war zones
And
that
weird
Neil
war
photoshops
zones, yeah.
himself into.
Yeah, so he kind of fixed that with his use of green screen, but he just opened up a whole new can of
Green
worms
screen.
with it.
I love it. Man.
Yeah.
No, that's what we're calling it. We're calling it Breen screen. We're calling the sensation for when
I
you
like
first
it.
watch a Neil Breen movie. That's called Breen freeze.
All right, I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, I mean, I thought the first time I viewed it, I mean, largely speaking, I still think it's my third favorite of his 6 movies,
Yeah.
and I thought that the first time, and I thought it now. But when the first time I saw it, I thought it was upper mid tier. Now I think it's just lower top tier, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I remember you were like, oh, I think this one's okay, and I was like, oh, all right, and I had the best time watching this one.
It really there's a. Did you remember the dance scene, Paul? I think you left before the dance scene. That might be the second best scene of the movie.
Yes,
I
yeah.
almost didn't want you to mention that there was a dance scene. The dance scene is just
Inexplicable.
God, it was
Are the stuff with the car is so
Oh,
strange.
the fucking car! Oh
I
my
still remember the
God.
Spoilers.
No, the car's the
No,
first act,
that's in the
baby, and that's not a
beginning,
spoiler.
yeah.
I remember the car. I
Yeah.
remember
Or there's the
car.
guy.
The
Yeah,
dance scene in the movie
Yeah,
is, I mean, I know we often joke about Inland Empire as a reference point for all these weird movies, but the dance scene in the movie is exactly like the one in Inland Empire when all the prostitutes are dancing to
Oh,
do the
wow.
locomotion.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty clear, but his Lynch influence throughout his whole entire filmography is pretty. His paintbrush
Yeah.
strokes.
It
that he
would be
loves to do.
so weird if he doesn't know.
I was
David
gonna
Lynch.
say it would be so
Yeah.
fucking funny if he was oh yeah, that's been on my Netflix queue forever. I've just never seen it.
Yeah.
You know what? I've seen a Q&A on YouTube of Neil Breen. They asked him his influences, and he wouldn't give any. He's like,
Oh,
I
really?
don't
He
really
did that- he
have
did
any
that at ours.
influences.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Is he fucking going full Garth Marenghi, where he's like, oh, I've made more movies than I've watched.
Maybe, but
6.
maybe I could see. I know obviously he's seen movies and he has influences. Everyone has influences.
I don't know if it's obvious.
But I honestly, I could see him not knowing, not really being a David Lynch guy.
Mhm.
As similar as they are to David Lynch films, I could see him just coming up with this in his own weird brain.
It's auteur horseshoe theory.
Yeah, like you said, that's what you said about Suburban Sasquatch. Look, auteur theory cuts both ways.
Yeah.
His favorite, maybe his favorite director is David Fincher. We don't know.
Um,
Well, the thing is, Breen's films are so abstract, but there's a part of me that wonders, does he realize just how abstract they are? 'Cause,
I don't think so.
That's the
It
like the
makes sense
difference
in his
between him
mind.
and Lynch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he does not understand how abstract they are. I think that they are very, very clear to him, and
Yeah.
we simply don't understand them.
Yeah.
Which I love that. Continue making these movies in this exact same way. Talk to no one about them, just release them.
yeah.
I was very happy that we got to see it in a theater because years ago, the New Art, which is if anyone outside of LA is watching this, is one of the repertory theaters down in LA. They had like every couple of months to every couple of weeks would screen Fateful Findings Friday at midnight. It was becoming a whole thing, and then they stopped for a long time. And I remember I asked them once, like, hey, when are you gonna bring Fateful Findings back? And they flat out told me, never. Neil Breen won't let us do it anymore because he found out that we're watching them as a joke, and he will not let it happen. So I was so happy to hear that this was like that the first Cade premiered at an actual festival, and then that he like let the Frida do it. Like maybe we'll be allowed to watch Neil Breen in theaters again, because that every time I've seen Neil Breen movies in theaters has just been one of the best experiences of my life. There is nothing like watching this with a community.
Yeah, even to the end of the credits, because his name is in the credits a million times.
That was one of the most fun parts, where like everybody did a whole gag where we like applauded and cheered for every time Neil's name appeared and then for no one else's.
He took out the thing. He doesn't have the thing in this one anymore.
He doesn't have the zag anymore.
He doesn't have the goofy ass thing where it's like eats and eats is like who did the catering,
really?
and Cine in film did the film stock, and then at the end it's like everything here listed with an N or a B was actually done by Neil Breen. I think somebody
people know it.
That was
The
my
cat's
favorite.
out of the bag with that one.
Yeah, I guess that was my favorite thing with like Fateful Findings. The first time I saw it was like that, much like Tom Hooper's Cats, it keeps you going to the very last minute of like, no, we are not done. There's one more final zag for you.
Wait, was there a post-credits thing in Cats?
No, just like the final shot of Cats was like, you know, the cat balloon flying off into the cloud death sky, and the cloud appears in the face of a cat, and then the movie cuts to black.
I would not know the final shot of Cats because I did not get through it.
Well, that's a shame because I've seen Cats 5 times at least.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's last movie.
To be
I saw
fair, the
before
one time
quarantine.
I tried, I was very, very tired and couldn't make it through the whole thing.
You gotta watch it
That was
again.
the double feature.
We did a double feature on Monday night movie nights with Cats and Suspiria.
Right,
which
dancing.
I think is smart. The one thing I will criticize it for, that choice, Suspiria was like 4 hours long.
Yeah, it's like pretty long.
2.5 hours long.
It was the new one. It was
2.5 hours.
2.5.
It's out of the double
So
features
at that time,
I've done for Monday night movie nights. That was probably been the most successful. Certainly the one with the most crossover.
I thought that the
it was good.
double feature you did of Audition and Serenity was also pretty great.
Yeah, I like both of those movies a lot for sure.
I mean, I thought that was so funny that the theme for that one was this movie takes some turns.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's
Right.
each year for Halloween I've done like a double feature where the first movie is like a famously gory, intense, like fucked up movie, and the second movie is like a famous, not necessarily famous, but just like a classic, like bad, baffling, batshit movie, and try to tie them up.
The first one was Suspiria and Cats, and then the last one in 2021 was it 21 or 20? Yeah, it was 21. Was Suspiria and Serenity. What was the one last year?
Martyrs and Deadly Lessons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Martyrs wasn't good, but Deadly Lessons is something we should revisit when we have more people someday, because it's very strange, but it's also it's one of those baffling bad movies, but it's like 2.5 hours long.
Amazing.
I guess before we move on, we did get to meet Neil, which was kind of fun. Paul got him to sign a tuna can for Brian.
I got him a tuna because Brian could not make it that day, so Neil's first movie, Double Down, he has a tuna obsession of some sort,
and it's in pass through also.
Oh, Pass Through. Maybe I'm mixing it up.
And I got a signature.
Oh, you got a signature.
Oh my God,
as well.
you have the
Whoa!
Can you sign it? Can you like forge his checks?
Hell yeah.
Fuck yes.
Can't wait.
Dr. Breen signing your prescriptions.
Where in the trunk of his car is all littered with empty tuna cans because that's all he eats. Apparently, his character.
God, I forgot about that.
You know that he eats tuna. That's his character. So, I went to the screening with a tuna can to have Neil sign it for Brian. Gave it to him. He lit up. He was like, "Oh my god!" Not "Oh my goodness." He's done this before. He's like, "Do you know I ate every one of those tuna cans myself for that film?" And
at once,
I was like,
at one
Neil
time.
Breen. Not of course not once. He doesn't have. He's not Joey Chestnut to do a callback. But then I started trying to engage with him a little more. Immediately shuts down, emotionless. He's just like completely blank in the eyes, and it made sense to me. And I wasn't angry. I was like, I just thought it was funny. But
you just maxed out the query time.
Yeah.
Well, not that. I think it's more of like when it's about Neil Breen, he cares. It's a narcissism.
Yeah, whenever I talked to him, he seemed very interested when I mentioned the theater that I saw Twisted Pair at, specifically because I think he was thinking of like the like booking it. He's probably remembering like, oh yeah, I remember contacting that theater.
Yeah.
Or he's probably thinking, is somebody bootlegging this that I got to know about?
Yeah.
He's ready to freak out.
Well, anybody got any last Cade thoughts on their mind?
I will say somebody. I think it was. I forgot who said it, but they were like, "I'm glad Neil Breen was pure.
Yeah.
Has remained pure."
Mm.
And I don't think we ever. There was that. What's the room guy?
Tommy
Wiseau.
Tommy Wiseau, yeah.
Yeah, Tommy Wiseau. He was like, after it bombed, after people making fun of it, he was like, it's a black comedy, and then he made that awful. Oh, Connor.
I'm just
escaped.
keep going.
Okay, he made that awful like TV show or something. I couldn't get
past,
like, a couple
The
minutes
Neighbors.
of it. The Neighbors, where it's like supposed to be a comedy. I don't think Neil Breen would ever do something like that. He's pure. He would never sell out.
You know what I have to say, actually?
If he was discouraged, he would just stop making films.
This is the one thing, the one place he should sell out a little bit is he should get some people to make better fucking physical copies of his movies. I bought a jewel. I couldn't even find it. I probably.
That's not even selling out. That's just being
in my
practical.
closet. It's just just being practical, Neil.
Yeah.
You're charging me $25 plus
labels.
shipping for a jewel case and a CDR. When did you get these jewel cases, Neil? Like, how old are these?
He bought them in 1998, I'm thinking. He bought them and he just had a stack of them. He's like, I'm keeping them forever.
It doesn't even work.
It did back then.
It doesn't work, and like it has a scratch on it. I have to watch a digital file when I want to that I found somewhere.
Any streaming service would love to stream. Maybe not HBO,
Oh my God.
but like
I think they're on this. I think they're on Amazon.
They were
Amazon,
Fateful Findings was originally on Prime. Yeah.
okay.
Get a deal with Tubi.
Fateful Findings is also on YouTube, just not like.
Do you make deals with Tubi, or is it just you?
I think one day your things appear on Tubi, and then you do get like $5 or every so often in your direct deposit. But like, unless you investigate, you might not know why.
I think the movies appear
I
on
wouldn't
Tubi
be
before the
surprised.
people appear in real life.
Ooh.
Who made that?
I wouldn't be surprised if a college film I made in freshman year appeared on Tubi.
I think my Tubi's trying to acquire my Friends movie.
Sick.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, there are good movies on Tubi.
Yeah.
I know for sure we're definitely going to do a Neil Breen special. Yeah, I was about to say, speaking of Tubi, in terms of like future Monday night movie night roundups. I know a Neil Breen special makes sense for me at a certain point, and I think probably like a Trancers / Full Moon special makes sense at this point because we've watched quite a lot of those. But unless anybody else, I think we're good to. You know what that sound is? It's time to talk about Love on a Leash, baby.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right. Let's do it.
So, whomst among us wants to try to explain what Love on a Leash is?
We've all seen Love on a Leash, right?
Yeah, Love on a Leash. All of us. I think we were all there. I think it was. I think it was specifically us. I don't think. Like it would have been Dustin or Celeste would have been the others. Celeste wasn't there, and I don't think Dustin was there that night.
I don't think Dustin was either. I think it was just it was us.
So Love on a Leash is a Beauty and the Beast story, Swan Lake, if you will, about a woman who falls in love with a man who has been cursed to by until true love's true love has been cursed to be transformed into a golden retriever. Except that she doesn't know that when she falls in love with the golden retriever. And then also the other half of the movie is a riff tracks of the movie that we're watching.
It's so it is. It's an elderly Chinese woman tried to make an American movie in the way that people who don't necessarily, either because they're not from America or because they're an insane person like Neil Breen. When they try to make an American movie, they end up making something that's like, even if you were to take away the like technical aspects of it, it's like even on a structural level, there's something strange about what's happening. At the end of the day, it's kind of about a movie about a girl who ends up fucking her dog. But when her dog turns into a person at night. I mean, I know white women like to kiss their dogs on the mouth, but this is ridiculous.
Oh. Well, she only sleeps with the dog when he's a human.
Yes.
He turns into a human.
But she does textually fall in romantic love with the dog.
Right,
so this is, I was explaining this here stream tonight to my best friend, and I gave him the rundown of Love on a Leash, and he told me that there is either this season or a recent season of anime. There was a rom-com about the similar premise, and apparently the one time after like some bad date or whatever, the girl like says to her dog, "Oh, dog-chan, I wish you were a real boy," and everybody's response was like, "What the fuck is happening in this show?" And he was very happy to learn that these sort of concepts cross the great ocean. And then I was like, "No, this movie came out in 2011." He was like, "I have nothing to say about that part of it."
Well, I will say. What the description you gave, the plot summary, is accurate. I
mean, it's actually in the same way that my description of Cade was accurate.
This movie is even harder to explain than Cade because every single part of it, like you're saying, every part of it's crazy.
We've all seen the movie, and it is
very broad strokes, and it's like if you go scene to scene, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah,
and it's not really about that.
No, it's not. It's like it's not about that. It is about that, except that it's not about that. It's also about a woman being harangued by her like baby crazy marriage hungry mother and her mom's matchmaker girlfriend's
I don't
lover.
know who she is.
It's about her like
basically
getting hit
like
on by
mom
her
number
boss.
two.
It's the matchmaker. It's
so
this woman saw Fiddler on the roof and was like, "This is a thing that happens."
Yeah, and then also like seems to be the mother's like like girlfriend basically, and like that's the only explanation for like half of it.
No, that's absolutely the explanation.
Yeah, like,
100%.
Boss, she gets she gets a proposal from like her closeted coworkers, like, "I'm gay, but I want to have a family and be a real husband."
That scene is so fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts. He was like,
wait.
I'm gay.
We
have to set this up. We have to set this up.
I gotta say something. Like, you guys remember so much more about this movie than I do.
Scott, I can't not. I don't want
Because
to
that's the-
necessarily.
okay.
I
That's the thing
rewatched
about
it.
this. You can't if you just go explain it real quick. You can't. But when you start
Yeah.
opening capsules, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's right. Like this whole crazy sequence kind of explain. It's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
And that's what you keep doing with this movie.
let me
Most
explain
of the
this.
time, and
We
especially
have to
this
unpack
movie,
this.
like when I see these, like half of it just kind of like bounced right off of me. Like,
Sure.
it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. So go ahead.
This scene, there's just one scene. It's pretty early on. It's before she's even met the dog, I think. It's like in the
Yeah.
first like 10 minutes. It's not a long movie. It's like 85 minutes or something. But like 10 minutes in, she is her mom's trying to set her up with people, but she is also genuinely, I would say, kind of lovelorn and like looking
She's looking for
looking
love.
for relationships.
I think she was independent of the mother at this point. She was.
Yeah, for sure. But she was, but she was in the movie. She is also wanting to be in love and wanting to find someone.
Yes.
She has. There's an older man at her at the job she works at, and I guess they maybe date a little bit. It's like implied, and then he comes over to her house and he drops like the bomb where he's like, okay, I'm gay actually. 2, I really just want to marry you because I like my traditional Chinese family wants me to get married, and so I need to marry somebody, and I want to have kids, but I'm never going to actually touch you. We're just going to like artificially inseminate you or something like that. And the whole time he's doing it like, all right, do you understand? And he's like, what do you, it's like what are you saying? And it's
so
like
normal of a conversation.
and she is just like,
Like, no, but she doesn't say it like that.
she doesn't say anything. I mean, I remember joking. I was like, that is joking as if I was saying like dialogue that she should be saying, which is that is the fucking craziest thing anyone has ever said to me. Because
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
wild.
absolutely.
That scene also, when we watched that scene, that was before we knew that the woman who directed it was Chinese. And so he's Chinese, and when he walks in, she has a Chinese painting on her wall. And she goes like, and this is when we were thinking, because the first 5 minutes have some like leering shots of her, and so we were like, okay, well, this is like some scuzzy white dude, like most
Kind of
movies.
gross thing, yeah. Like we've seen a lot of in these Mondays.
And it's literally just the default assumption, which is maybe not fair. So sorry, but
Chinese women can be just as gross.
Yes.
And misogynistic as white men.
Well, the dog does. I rewatched a little bit. The dog does says, well, I think he like bites the guy or something like that.
Yeah.
And
No,
he
that's
says,
the other guy. Her other
Oh
boss.
no, he was eating their pictures because he doesn't want them to, it's a whole thing. He says this one tastes kind of Japanesey.
I don't remember that
the
one.
The dog
I
says
don't remember
We'll
that
get into
either.
but the end of my thing was just that when we watched it at first, it was kind of funny because the second he walks in, she's like, "Hey, you like my painting? It's from China," and it felt like a moment where it was like, "It's from China, like you." Like it was one of those weird.
You know what?
If you remember, they also
I
used that guy's for his house. They used like exterior shots of like a Buddhist temple and him like standing by the door, and it's like, oh, that's where he lives.
Where he lives in the Buddhist
Chinese
temple.
building, yeah.
Yeah.
That
You
scene,
guys all live here, right?
And that moment with the Chinese painting, I rewatched a little bit of it. I was kind of watching a few different scenes as I was working, but I think that scene sounds weird. I think that was product placement for her friend, because like it came out of nowhere. And they were just like, this is a piece of art done by this particular Chinese artist.
Oh, okay.
Never again
Maybe.
referenced.
And you can buy it on her boutique website.
That's more of a shout out than a product placement.
Yeah.
This is flashes real quick. On the
I
screen.
wouldn't say maybe product placement.
Product
but
shout
like
out.
Yeah. So can we talk a little bit about one of the most baffling parts of this movie? Maybe the most baffling part of this movie for me, which is that so all the shots, all the scenes where like the man dog man is a dog are dubbed over by a guy who is aggressively razzing on the movie that he is in a way
Like
that
Seth MacFarlane-y.
completely breaks continuity too. Like it's like, oh, my name is Alvin Flang, and I'm really just here to fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then like it's
Exactly.
like what you
Slang.
are? What the yeah.
It seemed
Alvin
pretty
slang.
obvious that like somebody recorded this after the movie was filmed. And
They got like
Yeah.
a comedian.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
I
I'm
looked it
just
up. The guy
baffled,
is a
like,
comedian.
Oh, he is a comedian.
100%.
I'm just like, how?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
I was just like,
I'm
how
sure
did
he's
you
like
choose...
a failed improv guy.
Well,
But I
that's
think he,
what
like, has
makes it so great. Is that
stuff.
he's well, yeah. I mean, he's like moderately successful.
Yeah.
He's in like some of those like dumb like parody movies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was in
Um,
like epic movie or something.
Yeah, like shit like
Um,
that. But the thing is, he's not like a funny guy. He's like riffing on the movie, but it's not
Yeah, he
like
wasn't
very
telling
well done.
jokes. Really.
Yeah.
It's very well. You have to remember this movie came out in 2011. There's a lot of like very 2011 edgelord humor in it. It's like, oh, this was very funny for some people at the time.
And not even
Yeah.
the good
And
kind that like is
Not-
like still
yeah.
kind of funny, just like annoying and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because they
bullshit.
weren't jokes. It was like a reference. It was
Yeah.
like the cadence of a joke.
But then
Yeah, that's exactly
actually-
what it was.
and I'm sure you're gonna say this, Anne.
Yeah.
When he's a human, he's played
yeah.
by a hunk, by a Jacob from Twilight-esque hunk.
Yeah.
And
He's just so
and has no sense of
sincere.
humor.
No sense of humor.
No
is
sense of humor.
completely
Super
sincere.
soft.
completely
So
different
what's
character.
Baffling about it is that what's baffling about it is that it's a completely different character. That like
Completely.
it's so sincere normally, but it's like, oh no, the same. Like I just want to know, like, how did you get a guy in it to like make fun of the movie? Did he go rogue? Did nobody like know what to do? Did they only have time for like one take each time? I just want to know. I want to know because it's so dissonant.
Well, I'll say the dog was a sociopath.
Yes.
The dog was definitely, I would say, borderline evil. And I think it's almost like because the guy put on this completely different face.
Mhm.
Like maybe the guy is faking it. Maybe he's just completely psychopathic
Mm.
and is not sincere and not. Maybe he's just putting on this face too. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Well,
Never mind. I'm
Here's the
overthinking
thing.
it.
I think you're not overthinking the movie as presented. Is the thing.
I think that there's a version of this movie that has that version of the dog that's good.
Yeah.
That's voiced and then played in real life by like Jake Johnson or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's like the
Yeah.
ideal version
Yeah.
of what they're kind of going for. And alternatively, if they wanted to do this idea, you could even also maybe justify it with the idea that like, well, his dog brain works different than his human brain, but they don't bother like giving like an explanation as to why he is different. Because, you know, I feel like if I was a dog, I'd probably be a lot less stressed out all the time personally.
Yeah.
So Connor, can you tell us about the secret version of the movie you saw with better music cues?
Yeah, so another big aspect of the movie is that the most commonly known version of the movie, about a third of the soundtrack is just complete silence, which will cut in and out. Oftentimes, like a jump scare, startling. I feel like I got
Totally,
startled
yeah,
a couple
yeah.
times watching it.
Well, it's a combination with just the awful editing.
But
Yeah,
apparently,
yes,
the reason that version there is a version out there that has music during those parts.
Okay.
Because there was a,
Like
a
actual
person credited
commercial
as,
music?
as the person doing the score.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, like, when you say music, do you mean like they like needle drops or like somebody wrote a score?
I think a combination.
Right, like
actually.
original composition.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, I don't think the needle drops. I don't think they had like Prince or anything in there, but it like, you know what I mean? Like,
Prince actually did for what he did for Batman.
yeah,
For this
Yeah.
movie.
yeah, he saw it. But but the version we saw without the music is actually the more commonly like available version. So I don't know
I
what
like
the
how
deal is
you
there.
say this as if it's like some cult classic midnight hidden.
Yeah.
Well, what's the
Everybody just
version
on-
where
How did you
the version with the
acquire the
music?
secret version?
I don't
Yeah.
know. I think Jason. Weirdly, I was talking. So my friend Bobby, who most of you know, Robert Benfer, he streams a lot, and sometimes I'll just show him like an old sometimes I'll show him a movie we watch, you know, like on a night, just like whatever, we'll watch this. And so like I've shown him like The Astrologer before on like one of his streams.
Oh, that's a great movie.
And so we watched this, and we were, you know, it was profoundly baffling. And but Jason Steele, not to name drop, but the guy who did Charlie the Unicorn, who's
icon, quite frankly,
sort of, kind of my friend, sort of. I kind of know him. He found it for us. He found, I don't know where he got it from, but he found like a link, and then Robert just put it up, and I never bothered. I think I might have been really drunk that night, and so I don't think I really followed up with where it is. I should follow up, but I don't know. At the same time, I don't want to lose the mystique.
Corners he went to get this.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You know, another thing I wanted to say is that the movie, like, the editing is crazy. Obviously, the pacing of the movie is like insane. The other thing that's like insanely baffling about the movie, and I'm sure part of this just had to do with the fact that they had 0 permits for filming outside, is that it's not like any of the stuff inside is filmed great necessarily, but there's definitely a style and a sort of like decision making in terms of like design and colors and shots and the inside stuff that like sometimes would evoke almost like Terry Gilliam in certain ways, and like in a bad version of it, but would have this very like specific thing. And then everything outside is shot from like 300 feet away, like Eric Andre or Jackass style, man on the street style pranks. It's so strange. And because it's not like the stuff inside looks great, but it definitely looks better, or at least it looks different.
It's weird. They put like thought into random things. Like the color green. Everything about the main character is green.
And then the mom and the matchmaker have their own colors.
It's a deliberate...
Yeah.
It's
and then like the best
choice.
friend is pink.
What it's about, I have no idea. I don't know what they're trying to convey.
I read that the green was supposed to symbolize purity in Chinese culture, and the main character's like virginity.
Oh.
Because that's a big deal. So like her friend.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot that.
Oh yeah, she has a sassy black friend.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just remembering. I know this is a spoiler, but like, what's like the end? Doesn't the end take place like?
Actually,
it takes place decades later because the dog gets hit by a fucking car.
He gets hit by
dies.
the car. Yeah.
Yeah,
the dog gets hit by a car. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, even if you know, like, I'm not gonna do the spoilers for this movie because, like, even if you know where it's going, you don't really.
Again, I've seen this movie,
so it doesn't matter. You know?
Read on Letterboxd, like, this movie has an insane turn in the last 5 minutes, and I was like, what, does the dog fucking die? And then the dog gets hit by a car and dies.
This movie has an insane turn every 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes.
I was not.
It's like a whole lifetime goes away. Like she's
and
now
then so the dog dies. She never finds another love or husband because she must remain pure to her one true love. She meets her old best friend again, who comes around because she's looking for a house, and she's got like a whole lot of grandkids, and they like reminisce, and they're kind of friends again. And then the dog has reincarnated and comes back into the house as a dog, and then he's a young twink again.
And for some reason, it's now. There's no real reason why, like, this is why he's now there. It just happens to be.
Yeah. I don't know if this is like
something like with character development that wasn't there. Like, I think in her mind,
she couldn't fully love him or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't make
like
sense.
that. And then all of a sudden, I think that then they both were like, "Oh fuck it, we should go for it." And then all of a sudden, like as the moment the dog's running toward her, she's running to the dog. She gets fucking smashed up by the car.
Yeah, he gets.
And then that's when they segue in. Like, I think they salt and peppered his hair. I think that was the only aging. But then, like, what have they been doing?
Yeah.
That's
like,
the thing. That's it. He comes back to life as a young man, as he appeared in there.
And then she regains her
magic,
youth, right?
No, she doesn't.
Oh, that's right. Her magic. That's
through
right.
Magic,
it's like they age together.
He becomes old.
It was like weird Benjamin Button shit. Like, reversed. They all just became equal again. Like where they took off from like instantly got hit by the car. They got married.
She's old. Like because it fast forwards years later, and her sassy black friend is a grandmother.
No, I remember all that. It was like the final bit. Oh fuck.
But then he's young, and then like the magic shit happens where they like both become where the age they were at when he got hit by the car.
That's what I'm saying. They're young again.
Yeah.
she does not become young. He becomes old.
What are you guys talking about?
I have disassociated
Yeah,
from this
I-
conversation at this
Yeah,
point.
me
I am.
too.
We're in a fierce, heated debate about the events of the film Love on a Leash.
I want there to be more in this bottle.
I am positive of this. This was
you,
the thing.
Connor, are the only one who can settle this because you've seen the movie at least twice.
What?
Because I just rewatched sort of like random scenes.
I believe that. No, I believe that. Yeah, he ages up to her, and then they get married, and then happily ever after.
He ages up to her at the end. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
He ages up
And
to
then the
her at
very-
the end.
And then the very
Yeah.
first like thing is like, look, the dog didn't die in the credits. They have like a whole like behind the scenes like, oh, I'm really great.
Bloopers.
Oh,
is
right.
good.
Yeah.
The bloopers.
Also,
right.
like,
Immediately.
there's no reason for him to age up. Why does he have to be old?
Make her young.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe I should
I
recreate
remember
At the
thinking,
very least, to have him
that's
young.
not-
He
I
can
remember
still be
thinking-
young and fucking old one.
Yeah,
day.
his dick isn't gonna work.
Fuck this movie, though.
Yeah.
Fuck this movie. That's where I'm at now.
You know, in preparation
yeah.
for this, I did like not a rewatch, but I watched the trailer again on YouTube because I didn't like
there's
you,
a
Scott. I didn't
trailer?
remember anything, and
Yeah.
the trailer is so much easier to understand than the actual movie itself. It's like 2 minutes, and I got
That's
like
wild.
everything.
I don't know if I've seen the trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still terrible, but
but
it
yeah.
at least makes more sense than the movie.
Hold
I-
on.
I think-
Continue. I'm just gonna go look
we
at the
skipped
trailer.
over so much too. Like, remember when they?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we'd be
the-
here all
you go
night.
to-
She
Yeah.
had two. She had two love interests.
There was her
The
boss
Asian,
who like
the
attacked
gay
her.
Asian man.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Oh,
that-
yeah,
I'll
we
get into
completely
that in a
forgot about
second.
this. The night that
Wait.
the gay Asian man
You're
comes.
skipping ahead.
No, I'm not.
Okay, fine.
The night the gay Asian man comes over and tells her about wanting to impregnate her from a distance because of his
Oh, that's right.
because of
yeah,
his
yeah.
Chinese relatives.
This is
That
terrible.
same night, her other boss comes over and tries to sexually assault her. That's a nice way
just
of
a
putting it.
full.
Okay. She tries to okay. The boss tries to sexually assault her. The dog rescues her. And if you remember the dog's mission, he's being manipulated through a magic pond or something. The magic pond is like, you must make a woman fall in love with you, right? So that's all he wants right now is a woman to fall in love with the dog.
I forgot about this magic pond shit. That's right.
The magic pond.
That's
So
what's behind Connor.
Her boss is
Oh.
drunk, comes to rape
That's
her.
what happened.
The dog rescues her by biting the boss, who then fires her. The woman is the main character is devastated. She's in a panic, weeping, and at that moment, the dog is doing like a victory lap about being the king of the castle and the only one left. It's the weirdest thing ever.
And
like, he shows no sympathy towards her. He's just like, yeah, I'm the best now. I'm the only one you got. And it's the weirdest thing. And then the next scene, she tries to commit suicide. She takes pills.
That's right.
And tries
yeah.
to overdose. And then he like rescues her. After rescuing her, though, is like, he's not concerned about her at all. This is what I was saying about the dog being a sociopath. He's just like, oh, she's gonna die. Now I'll never be a human again. And it's just like the weirdest. It's the weirdest shit.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that sequence also
and
has
he's like joking the whole time about her committing suicide.
that
He's just.
That sequence also
There's
has
no
one of my
gravitas
favorite
at all.
like bad editing in movie things where it like I forget when it is exactly, but there's like one of those scenes where it like fades out as if the scene is over and then it fades back in, and I guess it's supposed to be later is the implication of that edit, but everyone is still sitting exactly where they were, so it makes it look like this. It almost makes it feel like either like it's like a commercial break or something.
Well, the editing in
Camera
this
took a
movie-
nap real quick.
Like, the editor and the director have no idea what comedy is.
Mm-hmm.
To put it bluntly, like they'll do a quip. You know, the dog doesn't tell jokes; he just makes quips, right? And so, like, the girl is complaining about something, and like, the scene will end by the dog saying, "Someone call the ambulance," and as he's saying that,
that's right.
The scene changes. It
Yeah.
cuts away to a new scene, and it. Like,
Yeah, there's even one.
That's just how the scene ends.
Well, that's what I mean by like these lines were clearly not written.
No.
You know, like we need to like have the dog say something to like put a button on the end. It was like you just need to. I don't even know if the guy was watching the movie when he recorded these lines, or if they just like started just like speaking to a microphone.
There's a scene where the dog
like a
is
line list.
Yeah.
There's a similar movie, and now that I'm saying it we might want to watch it. The Grumpy Cat Christmas Special.
Oh.
Goodness,
Aubrey
no.
Plaza, what is the voice of Grumpy?
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
And from what I understand, she was also not given a script, but rather like they just kind of like they watched the movie and they like as the movie was going on, they just had her kind of riff during that, and that's really what I felt like this was.
Were you gonna say, Alex, about a scene?
Oh yeah, there's one where the dog is like randomly doing circles outside in the parking lot, and the guy is just, he's riffing, he's making things up, but then the dog sits down and he goes, "Oh yeah, like my ass, finally," and then it fades out, and like the button on that scene, I guess it was meant to know that like his ass is comfortable now because there was no other purpose for that scene to exist at all.
Right.
Well, now we know.
Well, I want
There's
to.
all this stuff like it just like they're trying to make comedy. There's like some Karen who she's trying to sell a dress to,
Oh,
and
yeah.
just make her fart. That's the comedy. It's just like turn a fart there. It's just like they don't know what to do. It's like it needs to be funny. We'll just make her fart. And anyway, go on. Continue.
I feel like we could talk about this movie forever. So unless people have any
it's a great film.
it is really good. If you like this sort of weird movie, it is definitely worth a watch. I would love to watch this with an audience.
I would recommend watching it. Yes, watch it with friends.
Yeah.
And watch it.
Oh God, yeah.
With
definitely,
some sort of,
Yeah, you need to be with people.
Beverages,
and
substances.
It helps to be inebriated to some degree or another.
But I think it's on YouTube.
Not necessary, but
yeah, the whole thing's
It is on YouTube. Yeah, the whole thing's on YouTube.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna get another drink. I'll be back in 1 second.
The
Keep going. I'm listening.
The Tubi of perfect movies.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we'll do this too much, but yeah, I mean, I was going to explain a little bit about this is a bunch of raccoons in a dumpster.
What's up, little raccoons? I love you.
Yeah, we've been doing this. We started it like a month into the pandemic. I'm the one who runs it, and then Brian sort of were the two, and then Scott and Paul have been there since the beginning. Our friends Dustin and Celeste have been in there. Alex and Anne join a lot. Alex, especially this last year. We've had other people join as well. And we watch movies that most people would call bad, and that I think that a lot of us might even call bad. But I would call them unique and fun. And it's fun to watch them with a friend. And it definitely in the future, when we do like a second one of these, the like time span will be more limited, and so like it'll be like we'll be talking about like what have we been watching for Monday Night Movie Night for the last 6 months. But we have so much that we've watched in the past, so we'll have to do more episodes.
Yeah.
Well, and I think like we were talking about, it would be cool to kind of watch the sequence together almost and rewatch some of these favorite parts, because it helps to just reimagine that nightmare we all watched the first time around.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of a fun thing to incorporate.
Yeah, I did pull a couple of recent movies. One was do you remember Star Crystal?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
No.
Yeah.
With the
which one was that?
With the little cum alien.
No, I don't remember that one.
That at the end was like, please teach me your human ways, even though I've been killing all your guys.
They just became parents.
They started playing chess with the monster.
Right.
Yeah. That one was a fun one recently.
I'll remind you of his Fatal Deviation.
I had that one written down. That one is an Irish kung fu movie.
That one's crazy.
And it's great because you realize trailer trash is in every country.
Yeah. They actually flip a car for it. It's like, it was basically like a bunch of people got together to make a guy's like reel for auditions to be in like Van Damme movies or whatever the fuck. And now that dude's doing it. He's like a stunt double in like Van Damme or Steven Seagal movies or whatever the fuck. So like, good for him. It has that feel of it feels like a movie a town came together to make for like one person in the best way possible, I think.
Yeah. It has a charm to it.
Last Vampire on Earth, another recent
classic.
Oh yeah,
classic.
That one,
from the best of the worst.
That one I dug. Yeah.
Robot in the Family, another Red Letter Media one.
Oh man,
I've been missing all of these fucking classics. God damn.
That is also
Robot in the Family is baffling.
Yeah, it's like Uncut Gems level stressful.
Robot in the Family was a movie that would have been Love on a Leash had like Love on we thought, oh man, this is as weird as it gets, and then we saw Love on a Leash and like guess we were wrong. We were so young.
Yeah.
And then do you guys think this movie is weirder than After Last Season? Because After Last Season is like fucking
After Last Season.
That's one of my favorites.
After Last Season is the only cursed movie I think I've actually ever
That's what I
watched.
mean. It's its own kind of experience for sure.
Yeah.
After Last Season isn't weird, it's cursed.
They're different.
Yeah.
It's cursed, totally.
After Last Season causes you to become haunted by like the Shadow Man in your dreams after watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a sleep.
On paper, it's fine.
You have to put salt on your door.
Yeah, that movie instantly gives you a sleep paralysis demon, even if you don't have sleep paralysis.
I would say
After Last Season is the Oppenheimer to Love on a Leash's Barbie.
Cursed versus depraved.
Yeah, totally.
And then every once in a while we watch good movies. We watched for Easter we watched Exorcist 3, which was I'd never seen that.
Movie rules. We watched Something Wild too, which was great.
Yeah, that was part of Scott. Scott did a run in February, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And I think you definitely. I think 3 out of 4 were great, and we all really liked.
And your Christmas in July, I could like barely come to any of them, but your Christmas in July slate was really well programmed.
Yeah, that was really fun too.
Yeah. Which one was the Jason Sudeikis one?
That was the one. That was the other one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that was the yeah, dude. I hate.
You know what? I didn't get through it though. I can't say I didn't finish the film.
I did the same. I pieced out as well.
Which one's that one?
I was like, I do not like these people.
Yeah, that's what it was for me too.
I want them to go away.
What movie was that one?
I can make them go away by
this was sleeping with other people.
Oh, I heard that one's really fun. Oh.
I just didn't think about
enjoyed
it, but
it.
I mean, I'm sure some love it.
You know what? I'm sure some people love the film, and good for them.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was okay. But I thought the other three
films you chose were great.
The other three, Roman Holiday, good classic romance movie. Something Wild, great Jonathan Demme movie, and then They Came Together, which was like a rediscovery. I hadn't watched it in forever, and I was like, oh, this is like as good as anything Wayne and Showalter have done.
Right.
Like, this is hilarious. And then I really liked Silent Partner for your Christmas in July run ruled. Mm-hmm. Santa Claus was fun. Long Kiss Goodnight was kind of okay, I would say. Mm-hmm. I think my review of Long Kiss Goodnight, which is that it's a mediocre Shane Black movie and a really good Rennie Harlan movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who is the lead chick in that?
Gina Davis.
Gina Davis.
Rennie's wife.
She was terribly miscast, but I love Samuel L. Jackson. He's great.
Yeah.
He was just being Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, he was
like,
playing
whatever.
like the most Shane Black character of the
Yeah.
whole thing. Yeah.
That's that's where you you stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Shane Black. That's
Yeah,
That's
a
where
down,
you know
like I
he's
said,
bread
a
and
down on
butter.
his luck gumshoe. That's Bruce Willis in The Last Boy Scout, Ryan Gosling, and the Nice Guys.
Nice
that's
Guys.
that's the type of character. It's even funnier. Like Robert Downey Jr. is essentially that
Mm.
character in
Kiss
Kiss
Kiss Bang
Bang,
Bang.
and he's not even actually a detective. He's a wannabe down on his luck gumshoe.
One of the most enjoyable ones we watched was also only a couple weeks ago. I mean, it wasn't like a legit good movie, but it was the Rollerball remake was absolutely baffling in
Yeah.
the best way.
I mean, we
You know
watched
what?
something pretty amazing just last Monday with Aqua Slash.
Oh my god!
I had to
Fucking
miss it.
Aqua
I know. I'm
Slash.
bummed.
Aqua Slash.
You know what,
That
Scott?
That
you don't
movie,
have to
I
be
think,
too bummed.
needed more
Don't be too
Aqua
bummed.
Slashing, honestly.
It does.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That
Like,
one,
it
that
needed-
first big Aqua Slash kill is incredible, and like the build up right before it,
Yeah,
like that,
it's a
like
good kill.
5
Yeah.
to 10 minutes is pretty great.
But
yeah.
it needed more Aqua Slashing, and it needed varieties of Aqua Slashing. Like I would say,
Yeah,
oh, I got
yeah.
past the first slash. Oh no, there's more slash. Like I need to.
Yeah.
that was the thing was like it was only like a metal and like one part, and I was actually impressed with like how they justified more than like one group of people
Mm-hmm.
getting there. Like when they pushed the bully guy down the slide, it's like, okay, that kind of makes sense because he's like everything. But yeah, like it was weird that for a horror movie, like it was like, okay, there's gonna be something scary right at the beginning, like the opening kill, and then just nothing.
The opening kill's pretty good, pretty decent.
Yeah,
Opening kill's
the
pretty good.
Yeah.
opening kill was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then there was just nothing except a bunch of like 30-year-old teenagers
Yeah.
for like 50 minutes, and then then you finally get to the Aqua Slashing again.
It's Aqua Slash. It's a water slide that kills people. It has
That
razor
just wasn't
blades in
satisfying.
it.
Because I think it was
It's
just a
such
random mishmash. of
stupid
people
idea for a
that went
movie,
down it.
and they created a stupid movie out of it, and I love them for it. You know,
Yeah.
Scott, you mentioned Robert Downey Jr. was down on his like Good Shoe and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yes.
He's also down on his like Good Shoe in Iron Man 3. Just gotta say it.
Yeah.
There you go.
The Shane
Shane
Black.
Black.
movie.
Shane
Yeah.
Black.
Yeah, I think what's funny about and you guys were all privy to this when we were watching Aqua Slash. I kept being like, man, I wish this was the cast of Riverdale instead, because I could most of the main characters. There was that one guy who we really liked, who I think was named Paul, actually, who was like sleeping with with one of the girls, and there's like a part where he's supposed to be like calling after her, like, wait, I want to be with you forever, but he's like delivering it like that, where he's like he doesn't give a shit, and it's actually pretty funny. Where he's just like, wait, I want to.
It's just really like, we'll get married. Yeah, I was like, don't leave, we'll get married.
Don't leave, we'll get married, as he's like doing paperwork. It's pretty funny. I'm gonna give Edwin a call and see if he wants to join us for this last. We get a good classic calling Edwin on the phone. Thanks for the chats. He's talking Hefner. Let's see.
It's like a lifeline. And Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Hey, did you want to join us for the game?
I'm currently with a friend right now. Actually, I'm with Marina right now.
Okay.
No game for
What's
Edwin.
the game?
It's based on talking animal movies.
If he's from Marina, why don't you both come on?
Wait, what was that?
Talking animal movies?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to ask
That's all
him
it
twice.
takes.
Go in a minute.
Talking.
Okay, join as quick as
I'm
you
in.
can.
Okay, cool.
Sweet. I sent you the link, and yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
See you soon.
Alright, see ya.
he's in like some event where he's about to be like the focal point. He's like, oh no, they're talking about animal movies.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm out. Sorry.
He was just about to give his TED talk, but
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, about canon films.
Yeah, he had the low, sultry voice of someone who was in bed with
That's what
his
I said.
lover.
Yeah, that's what it sounded
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
what is-
He's like,
yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm with a
so I'm-
friend right
I'm
now.
with a
Like,
friend.
oh shit, Edwin.
Yeah.
Friend.
Like,
Edwin, there he is, the star of the show.
It's Edwin!
right.
He's connecting the audio.
There we go. I get
Okay,
it.
where's my joints? Did I lose them?
Oh,
Wow.
Oh man.
that's illegal. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's California.
Yeah, we're in California, so it's not.
We're illegal now.
What's going on? What's going on here, folks? What's happening, America?
What
Let's-
are you doing right now? What are you up to?
I'm watching. I'm at a friend's house named Marina. We're watching "I Want to Hold Your Hand"
Friend
by the
named Marina.
Beatles.
We know Marina. Marina's been on the show before. Does she know
Yeah,
you're on the
yeah,
show right
isn't-
now?
Are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty high.
But why are you saying Marina in the way that we've never even associated at all?
Yeah, well,
Not
I'm
only have
familiar with
we
her.
not only do we all know her, but the
Sorry.
audience knows her.
Like people. There you
Hi.
go.
Hello.
Hey Marina, how's it
What's up,
going?
guys?
Hey, Marina.
Oh, it's going good. I'm just reeling in the sky as usual.
Did you want to play?
Yeah.
Did you want to play a little game with us tonight, or do you
We're
want to just
playing
let
a
Edwin
game.
play?
It's about talking animals.
Yeah, we got that. The talking
Like
animals. Yeah.
Paddington.
Well, let me
Animals, yeah,
let me do my
talking.
let me do my intro at least.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to Connor's Wicked Games, sponsored by Chris Isaac. Every week, like Jigsaw, I like to play a little game, and originally I was going to do something based on some of the bad movies we've watched in the past, but I thought that'd be a little too inside baseball, so instead, this game, I'm going to read you guys the title and the description of movies from IMDb. I'll leave out certain words that would be too obvious, and you guys will have to guess which breed of animal, not breed, but which type of
Okay.
animal is talking in this movie. These are all talking
Okay.
animal movies. Some
Ooh, I'd love to play.
Yes.
some are, some are like Love on a Leash, where the talking is more of or Babe, where the talking is more of like an internal monologue, than like them actually talking to humans. And then some are them explicitly like talking to humans.
You know what? I
Right.
love talking animals.
And I think what we'll do a different type of scoring than we've done in the past. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people playing tonight. That's a full house. And so every question the answer will be worth 7 points. If only one of you gets it right, you'll get 7 points. If all 7 of you get it right, you'll get 1 point. If 2 of you get it right, you'll get 3.5 points. Does that make sense? You're breaking up those 7 points.
Yeah,
All right.
Sure.
And so, let's start with a talking blank.
Pat.
Since her father died, 16-year-old Juliet and her stepmother and 2 stepbrothers struggle financially to keep their ranch. But Juliet has a secret that could keep the ranch open. Her blank, Horatio, can talk.
Pig.
I jumped the gun, but my guess is cat.
Cow. It's a cow.
Goat.
I don't know this film.
What is
But-
pig, Alex?
No, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess cow as well.
Marina, Scott, Breen.
We're just
Horse?
Uh,
I'm gonna say horse.
Mm.
what
We're just
what
guessing
is
animals.
what
Guess.
is pig, Alex? For 10 points.
Oh, I see. I thought you were talking to me. You mean Alex Trebek?
Obviously, you never seen what's that show?
Jeopardy.
This is Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
Trebek is dead. You have to ask Ken.
I do think next week I'm going to specifically design for the Emma Seligman, Rachel Sennott episode about bottoms and Shiva Baby. I'm going to design lesbian Jeopardy. But
nice.
Okay.
Marina and Brian, y'all's guesses?
I said goat. So that's me.
I don't think anyone said dog yet, and it seems common.
Well, is everybody locked in with their answers?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, Alex, for 10 points.
Well, Scott, 2 weeks in a row, you're taking an early lead because it is a horse. It's a talking pony and Horatio the horse.
Wow.
You know, this game is a scam. This game is lies. This
That's
is something
fair.
created
What
by the
movie is
CIA.
this?
Wait, what movie is this?
Yeah.
A
what
talking
movie?
pony?
That's the movie?
That's the name of the movie?
Yeah.
That's the name of the movie.
What a bad movie. I don't even know. I've never seen the movie. I know it's a piece of fucking garbage.
I'm going to. Well, I'll tell you how I found this movie. I went to IMDb and I searched keyword talking animals and I sorted by rating and lowest. And then I started scrounging.
The reason I
Amazing.
answered
Sound
before
logic.
you even said the
How
synopsis was
obscure is it? Is it like how many reviews does it have on IMDb?
I've already closed that tab.
there
So-
is a famous bad movie called A Talking Cat.
That's
which
why-
is why
I know that one.
Eric Roberts.
I put
Robert,
that's why I put that
Eric,
one first as a little
Robert.
trap. As a
I fell in
little
the trap.
like I said, these
Yeah,
are
I
these
think
are
you
these are not my
Jigsaw
sweet boy
trap.
games. These are my wicked games. So
I knew it wouldn't
That's
be a
right.
cat.
That's true.
Couldn't be a
That's-
cat if
that's
it's
true.
a farm.
all right, next one.
Joints out there.
I'm omitting a lot of words from this one
Bring up
because I think it would be a
please.
giveaway.
I'm gonna light one up. I gotta get more fucking high right now, man. I need more
Yeah,
drugs.
I don't know why you're
think you need
interrupting
to
me.
Have your
Shut the
have
fuck
your
up,
wits
Edwin.
About you.
Hey,
Do what you
can't
gotta do,
stop
Ben.
that.
You
Yeah.
you don't know why he's interrupting, really? At this stage.
It's you don't know why Edwin's interrupting? Edwin, who we've known for years. Edwin, why could Edwin be interrupting something, guys?
Ah, I can't. It's open. Okay. Fuck you, Artilicus.
Can you
Ah,
do
shit.
anything silently?
The sign of a guy. The sign of a guy who needs more weed. I can't open my eyes.
Number 2. Question number 2. Blank and the blank, blank. Playing around while aboard a cruise ship, the blank and blank accidentally go overboard and end up marooned in a tropical paradise. They discover their new turf is not as deserted as it seems.
Wait, so these are two animals?
No, it's just one animal. I'm just omitting several. I'm omitting words that would make it
There's
really
too many
obvious.
words omitted here.
Yeah. Say it
I
again.
can't
'Cause
tell.
it
I
sounds
don't
like
know
Say it
Fuck
again.
you, when you
This
said
is
it.
just
It's
blank and
Mad
blank,
Lib,
blank,
Mad
blank,
Lib
blank.
shit.
I can't get it.
Yeah, can you read it again?
I'll read it again.
We're
Blank,
a Mad Libs contest now.
blank, and the blank, blank.
So that's the name of the movie?
Blank, colon,
I'm
blank.
omitting 3 words. Yes, it's
Okay.
and
If we
the
had one more, it would give it away.
This is a horrible.
100%.
question.
If I gave you any of those 3 words, you would know what the animal. Because specifically, you guys are trying to guess the animal, not the movie.
Yeah.
Trying to guess the
Yeah,
animal.
My
If I
criticism
Alex,
is that
Alex
this was
didn't
important.
know
I
that.
understand. No, I get it because I'm not saying it's like this is what it is, but like I'm assuming like the title could be like Tom and Jerry go to an island, and then if he says that, we'd know that.
Theoretically.
Is it Tom and Jerry? Is it a cat and a mouse?
It's
Yeah.
one animal. I'll read I'll read it all again real quick,
Yeah.
and then you guys will have to make a guess.
Yeah.
Blank and the blank, blank. Playing around while aboard a cruise ship, the blank and blank accidentally go overboard and end up marooned in a tropical paradise. They discover
This is
their new
probably wrong,
turf is not as deserted as it seems.
I'm gonna say
Frog and Toad?
Is that what it is?
It's one
I'm gonna say,
animal, right?
like,
Alex?
It's one
gorilla or
animal.
ape. I think it's Harry and the Hendersons.
It's,
Uh,
wait,
yeah.
Connor, is it one animal?
It's one animal. Paul,
sure.
I've said that
Yeah,
multiple times.
What the
That's
hell is
what I
Harry?
thought.
Is
I'm
he a
just
Bigfoot?
somebody was guessing multiple animals. I just want to
Yeah.
make sure.
I'm gonna
it's gonna
guess
be dog.
Sasquatch.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Bigfoot.
I'm guessing
Sasquatch.
dog.
I have no idea. I'm not
I'm
even gonna
guessing
try.
mouse.
I'm guessing Toad.
Alex, I would like. What is mouse for 20 points, please?
Fuck it. Actually, I'm gonna go with rat. Yeah. Also rat.
You guys,
that's probably.
unfortunately, you guys are all wrong. You guys are all
Oh.
close. The name of the movie is Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked.
Oh my god, that was in my head.
And it's playing around while aboard a cruise ship. The chipmunks and chipettes accidentally go overboard, so that's why I omitted those words. Because if I had said Albin or chipmunk, obviously, or chipwrecked, it'd be like, okay, well, it's chipmunk.
I would have chosen a different movie. I would have been like, that's the movie, does not count.
All right.
That's just my criticism.
Number 3.
A lot of notes.
I'm hating the game, not the player.
I'm good.
It's fine. I'll take your hate. Speaking of overuse of blank, this one I omitted a second word from the title besides the name of the animal because I think it would also be an obvious giveaway. Because the name of this movie is The Blank in the Blank. And then in the description is 2 bored children have their lives turned upside down when a talking blank comes to visit them.
Cat.
The Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, it's the
Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, that's easy.
Cat in the Hat, cool.
Yeah.
It's Cat.
Cat in the Hat for 20 points, Alex. Thank you.
Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, you guys all get 1 point from that one. It is indeed the Cat in the Hat. In fact, because you guys all got 1 point, I'm not even going to write it down.
Well, it was the blank in the blank. What else could it be?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, now you're okay with the blanks. So
well, not. I'm just saying.
Next up.
Jesus Christ.
And I'll give an extra clue on this one about 2 of the cast members.
Are you praying, Edwin?
Okay.
Edwin's praying, by the way, guys.
I'm praying to God with the weed, man.
I want to pray to.
Anyway, can we play the goddamn game?
The name of this one is.
Play
Sorry, this is a long app. There's a lot of people here.
Okay. Go for it.
This one is called Andy the Talking Blank. After a girl's wish for all animals to have the ability to speak comes true, local robbers try to capture her talking blank. And I'll give the extra clue that starring in this film are Tara Reid as Fairy BFF and Dean Cain as Bob, in parentheses, Dad.
Monkey.
Wait.
Good. Andy the Talking.
Andy.
Wouldn't it rhyme or have the same syllable or same vowel possibly?
Yeah.
Like
That's
Andy
the thing. I was thinking the same thing.
Anteater. I'm going to say it's
But
an
it was
anteater.
A.
Mhm.
No, it
All
can't
I
be
can think of
anteater.
is
What is mouse for 30 points, Alex?
I'm going to say dog.
My guess of
dog.
Of monkey was.
I'm going to
was
say
her
dog
guess.
as well, actually.
I'm gonna go with dog. Feels like a safe bet.
Yeah.
I would like what is monkey for 30 points, Alex?
I'm going to say hamster.
Ian?
Oh, Andy the hamster. That would actually be something. Yeah, I'm gonna. I guess aardvark, but or anteater. But I'm gonna switch it over to armadillo.
Can I actually change mine to alligator? I don't know. Maybe that's
Oh
too
shit!
much.
all you
Maybe
want.
No, you're right. Wait, doesn't talk. He sings though.
You guys can change your answers all you want. I'm only keeping track of the people who say the right one.
Well, what is alligator for 40 points, Alex?
I guess.
I like how you said that this will give it you'll give us extra clue by telling us Tara Reid is in it.
Oh well,
As if I know my
to me,
Tara Reid.
I'll say this:
How silly is
I've
the
heard
thing?
I've heard of this movie, and I know it's a famous bad talking animal movie with Tara Reid.
This is bullshit. I fucking hate this game.
You know, I'm not going to say hamster. I'm going to say parrot.
You're all wrong. It's Andy the Talking Hedgehog.
Oh,
What the fuck is
Oh
that?
my god.
Hamster
Bullshit.
was kind of close to
This is
hedgehog.
a fucking scam.
Hamster was close.
Yeah,
Hamster
this is a
was
scam.
close. You guys were close
Oh.
again.
They're both
I
rodents.
just now looked up this movie. I'm a big fan of the poster. You can see the hedgehog's teeth. It's bad.
It's
Oh,
so sad.
no.
Tara Reid. I'm not saying Tara Reid was a good actress. She's terrible.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
But her
Animals
career was
and
ruined by a nip slip.
animals and plants. including the hedgehog Andy and an evil cat, are given the ability to talk after a fairy grants a girl a wish. So can the grass talk? Does it scream when you mow it?
I actually don't know.
What the fuck
This
is
poster is unbelievable.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
the poster. Love the poster.
This is
Love
insane.
it.
Looks magical.
All right.
Looks
All right, Connor, next one.
Next one, Blank Alone. It's like a play on Home Alone. Blank Alone. It's a Christmas movie. While everyone is away on a company ski trip, Robert's neighbor hires two inept thieves to steal his latest invention. The neighborhood Blank will use Robert's inventions to set up a house of horrors for the thieves.
Raccoons.
Yeah, raccoons. No, aliens.
Aliens? Aliens are not an animal.
Fucking are an animal. Animals to me. We're fucking shooting them out of the sky. They're coming
Connor,
out
can
of
you
Earth,
repeat-
fucking terrifying us. Dude, we gotta exterminate every single one of those motherfuckers, man. Immediately, I'm going off the rails
You're
right now. Fuck.
filibustering. Connor, can you repeat?
I can't
Can
do
you
anything.
repeat the question?
I'll repeat it all again. Blank Alone. While everyone is away on a company ski trip, Robert's neighbor hires two inept thieves to steal his latest invention. The neighborhood Blanks will use Robert's inventions to set up a house of horrors for the thieves.
Dogs.
Hamsters.
I'll go with raccoons. I don't know.
See, because it got a rhyme with gnome. And I'm thinking, what animal rhymes with home?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of too.
I can't think of
Alex, Brian?
anything. My brain sucks.
I'm just gonna go dog again. I'm just saying dog.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with dog. Yeah, I can't. Dog.
I
same.
am
gotta be a
going
goddamn
to
dog.
go with. I'll go with crow.
Alex?
Oh,
Crow?
Similar to home.
my guess was raccoons.
Crow.
Yeah, I'm going with raccoon.
Hamster. G-Force. I remember G-Force.
And Scott and Bry, you guys each get 2 1/3 points. It is Pups Alone, the neighborhood
Oh
dogs.
boy.
Pups alone.
Fine. Fuck. I was hoping I thought a hamster was a good idea because then it's like ham alone. Fuck. That's
See,
stupid.
these are all garbage movies. I haven't seen any of them.
Well, yeah,
No
I haven't seen any of
shit.
these either. um,
I want
Yeah.
to talk
Soon
about.
enough.
So was Pups Alone rated higher than Alvin and the Chipmunks the Squeakle? Or Shipwreck?
I would have to relook. I would have to look that up again. I don't have that information easily available.
Fair.
Next one.
I saw Dean King.
Pups Alone is such a bad title. I'm gonna
It really is.
defend myself there.
I'll say
shit.
this. Here's an extra clue on this last one. Well, here's 2 clues. One, I did not repeat any animals throughout
Okay.
this. So
Okay.
there's no repeated animals. And then 2, this isn't really a clue at all. Actually, it's just a funny thing to notice. I'm using the IMDb profiles, and the trailer for this one started auto playing, and apparently this next one was produced by Airbud Entertainment, which I guess is a good company or something.
Oh, that's the whole industry. The Airbud. There's like one director who, like, directs every Airbud movie, and Airbud like
How many Airbud movies are
like
there?
buddies.
So
There's a
many.
There's
Well,
a bunch. Yeah.
It's not just
Crazy.
Airbud. There's like spin-offs
many.
to Airbud with like puppies.
Huh.
Yeah, like
Where
the Air
they're like-
Buddies.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
So there's
buddies,
like
yeah.
space buds where they go
Yeah.
into space.
There's
You
like
know,
a billion
it's
of
just a
them.
I'm not
bunch of
watching any of
nonsense.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, no, the franchise features 14 films, 5 of which were in the Airbud series and 7 in Air
Wow.
Buddies, in addition to 2 Christmas spin-offs in the Air Buddies series.
Well, next
This is
question.
like Land Before Time shit.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. This next
Yeah.
one is called Blank Up. With their parents preoccupied with their new careers, a young girl and her brother befriend a talking blank who is struggling to be taken seriously as an actor.
Bird.
Oh.
Bird up for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
I'll
that
go Bird.
fucking
Yeah,
Well, it's got to be
yeah,
like
let's bird out.
an act up
Yeah.
pun, right?
I'm gonna go with like
Yeah.
parrot. Yeah, I'm gonna go even like More
What's the
specific.
character? What's the animals from Chippendale?
I'm thinking Bird Up just because of
Yeah.
Chipmunks. That sounds like
The Eric Andre show.
Chippendale.
Eric
Yeah, I'm
Andre
thinking
show.
Bird
That's
Up
right.
is a segment on Eric Andre.
Bird
but-
Up.
Chipmunk.
No, it won't be Chipmunk.
No repeats.
It's already been Chipmunk.
Repeats, yeah. We've
I
already.
don't
repeat
care.
game.
I'm gonna put that word. Chipmunk for 20 points, Alex.
All right, do
Train's
that. You're
coming.
gonna
You tell him to
lose.
get off. He gets back on.
Does anyone have
Raccoon.
yet to answer?
I'm
Oh
saying
yeah,
raccoon.
I'm gonna go with Bird too.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
going
do
with
Bird.
Bird.
I'm doing
Yeah,
I'm sticking with Bird.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with Chipmunks for 20 points, Alex.
Fortunately, none of you guys got it. I thought that maybe the fact that it was an actor and the fact that we haven't used this animal yet, because it's a very famous movie animal. The name of the movie is Monkey Up, which doesn't.
That's not an expression.
It's not.
I'm actually thinking chimps.
Oh.
All right, why are you
Not
picking
monkeys.
movies, man? What's going on here, man? What's
Is it
happening,
an actual monkey or is it a chimpanzee? Is
I think
it
it's a
primate?
chimp.
Okay.
Well, that's just wrong.
That's just
That's-
terrible.
Chimps
That's
aren't
a
monkeys.
ripoff.
That's wrong. One of them has tails and the other doesn't.
All right. Farce of the Blank. A mockumentary that eliminates blank survival and mating rituals, as well as one blank
Penguin.
search for love while on a 70-mile trek with his hedonistic buddies.
Yeah,
Well, it's obvious
penguins.
penguins.
It's penguins.
Yeah.
Penguins.
Okay, Penguins for
Penguins sound
30
familiar.
points, Alex.
Yeah,
I've seen this one.
that is the
I've
Bob
heard this
Saget
movie.
directed Farce of the Penguins,
Farce of the
narrated by
Penguins, yeah.
Samuel
Yeah,
L.
Farce of the
Jackson.
Hell yeah.
Wait, Samuel Jackson. How's that thing? Jesus Christ. You narrate? God.
Yeah, he narrated.
Does he say motherfucker in it?
Probably, it's rated R.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
It's like the
Yeah,
it's like
this
the opposite of what
motherfucker
Morgan
has
Freeman
an
would do.
Yeah, it's essentially
Right.
it's a parody of March of the Penguins.
Yeah, of March of the Penguins. Yeah.
Nice.
We all know Farce the Penguins.
All right, we got two
That's a
left.
good-
This one, I can't really... The name of the title is a portmanteau. And it consists of, like, and the first part of it is roller, and the second part of it is a word that would indicate the animal. And the description is a teenage girl tries to help a small purple jive-talking blank escape the clutches of a greedy carnival owner, as well as an assortment of characters so he can be reunited with his owner.
Can I just say turkey because that would just be
What
funny?
the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck am
Turkey.
I?
I
Echo
think
that one.
turkey.
Can you repeat all of that?
Yeah.
The name of the movie is Roller Blank. A teenage girl tries to help a small purple jive-talking blank escape the clutches of a greedy carnival owner, as well as an assortment of characters so he can be reunited with his owner. They used owner twice, which is, I think, weird.
I refuse to answer this question. I refuse to answer these horrible movies. I refuse, sir.
I'm gonna go with
refuse.
elephant.
That's good.
I was thinking elephant, but I'm going to go with cat.
Cat's already been done.
We've done cat. We had cat.
wait,
I'm gonna go with bunny rabbit.
I'll go with
Roller bun.
seal.
Yeah, roller bun maybe.
That's really good.
I'll go with seal.
Alex?
Lion.
Unfortunately, none of you guys got it. It's Roller Gator. Starring a
Damn it.
purple, small
Gator.
purple jive-talking alligator.
Jive talking alligator?
These
What the fuck is
questions
wrong
are
with
horrible.
Hollywood, man?
These questions are awful. I refuse to continue with this game. This game is
Oh,
rigged.
Well, there's
my
only
God.
one left.
Killing-
Again,
killing
once
my heart,
once
man.
again, Edwin, this isn't called Connor's Sweet Vacation Days Games. This isn't called Connor's Beach Games. It's called Connor's Wicked Games.
Wicked game.
He's
Wicked.
saying wicked.
Yeah, this wickedness sucks. All right, these are.
Oh my god, you're such a hater.
This is what the CIA would have done to me, man. It would have taken me out like this, man.
Okay.
Fuck. I'm sorry.
All right, one last
one-
question, and I
one
have a
more
little bonus
question.
question that I thought of while we were doing this that I thought would be funny.
Man.
This next question is the name of the movie is Arlo the Burping Blank. A 7-year-old girl befriends a blank named Arlo, voiced by Drake Bell.
What?
For some reason, I think this is. Did we do Parrot?
We have not done Parrot.
No.
Have we done dog?
Parrot.
We have done dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Dog,
great.
yeah.
I'm doing Parrot.
Thank you.
I'm locking in Parrot.
Can
I'm gonna
I
say-
hear the description again? I just remembered. Go ahead.
Have we done
A 7-year-old girl befriends a blank named Arlo, voiced by Drake Bell.
Oh, that's not
I
at
don't
all.
think he played pig. I think I'm thinking of what Drake Bell looks like, and then thinking what they would make him be as an animal. I guess. Like I can't see him voicing a pig or something.
Firefly?
Firefly?
Oh no, Dragonfly. Yeah.
Wait, what is the title?
Arlo the burping blank.
Oh, okay, a parrot can't burp.
I'm gonna say hippopotamus.
Ooh,
What's the burping?
Hippo. Yeah, it might be a hippo.
That's a really good
Hippo.
one.
Have we done pig?
No.
No. I'd go with
Pigs are
pig might-
gross animal.
pigs are-
So I'm gonna go
and
with
Arlo,
pig.
Arlo sounds like something. I'm sorry, I need Arlo's, but Arlo sounds like a pig name.
Yeah.
I'm going with pig.
I am being convinced to go with pig as well.
You know what? I'll
Pig.
do it too. We're all voting pig.
All right, whole house
Pig.
on pig.
Pig, Alex, for 50 points.
I'm
Mari-
still Team Hippo.
Marina, Alex, you're going hippo.
Yeah.
Marina, you're going.
I'm just gonna say otter because I don't know.
You never know,
That's
Connor.
fair.
Hell yeah.
Well, everyone except Alex and Marina got it right. It is Arlo the burping pig.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
We did it.
I should have jumped on the bandwagon.
That ending started to sell of just the name, the
Oh,
sloppiness. It just made sense.
Mm-hmm.
wow. I took a chance.
All right, and then the bonus question that I just made up while I was thinking about it. Name the animal that's in this movie. The Muppets. A Muppet fanatic with some help from his two human compatriots must regroup the Muppet gang to stop an oil mogul from taking down one of their precious lifelong treasures.
Well, I remember the movie.
Yeah, it's. It's just animal.
Yeah, it's animal.
It's animal.
Well, there's
It's animal. That's the joke. The
I
joke is that
understand what we're
the
doing.
question
The joke is that we're
to what
doing
animal is in the
animal.
movie is animal.
It's
It is
animal.
animal.
That's,
Yes, yes.
that's a trick question.
It is a trick
That
question.
was badass,
Yes.
dude.
I liked it. Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, it's good.
That was good. That was good.
that's it.
Yeah.
So I'll say
yeah.
this: Bri and Anne. So the way I do this is whoever's at the top gets a gold medal, and then it's like golf rules, where if two people are tied for second, which is what's happened today, they get silver medals, and then no one gets anything else. And so Bri and Anne, you guys both got silver medals.
Wow.
And
my God.
We did it, Brian.
and
Found it.
Scott,
Mhm.
you get to add a second
Boom.
gold medal to your collection,
Wow.
mostly because of that
Scott
horse
is-
guess
he's
at
gonna
the
be
very
one to
beginning.
beat, though.
God.
Oh my God.
Scott came to play. That was the
Exactly.
thing.
Got
He
me
did.
to fucking
I
win.
came in a little late.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott was just ready.
I came to
I-
say, yeah, sure, let's do that one.
I feel humiliated because I love talking animals.
Well, you should be, but
I know.
Yeah,
I need to watch more talking animal movies now.
I guess so, Paul. I guess so.
Speaking of ending the show, it's time for Edwin to show off something he's bought recently.
What have you bought?
Oh, whoa.
Segue to
Come on,
3 hours
Edwin.
later.
Wow, we're the champions, yeah. Oh, sweet. Okay.
It's
all right.
Edwin's cool stuff.
Yeah. Hello, America. I'm pretty high right now. I don't know where my stuff is.
Oh, it's all out there.
Yeah.
You know, we got a couple things.
Yeah, we got a couple things. We got the American International Pictures picture of Reptilicus, Denmark's only monster movie. It spits out green shit, and yeah, it's showing the city of Denmark.
Denmark's
And-
only I don't think Denmark's a city, but it's only the
No, it's a
monster movie
country.
the country has ever produced.
It's only monster movie that that looks like shit, but it spits out shit, yellow shit. This movie's
Is
is a
the-
masterpiece. It's weird. It's funny.
Is the tagline "Something's rotten in the state of Denmark"?
No, there isn't.
It fucking should be.
There's no bullshit like that. It's just an
Bullshit.
incredible
Bullshit.
monster
That's
movie.
William
So-
Shakespeare,
Bullshit
Edwin.
like that.
yeah, yeah, so bullshit. Just a ride home video and digital remastered.
Wow.
This movie's great. I mean, AIP baby, AIP.
All right.
What else? What else?
I don't know. You can talk about the movie that's on right
Oh
now.
yeah, we're watching. Also, we got Robert Zemeckis' feature debut on "To Hold Your Hand" about the Beatles, and then Beatles Mania, man, Beatles Mania. I'm just.
You're so happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm
You're
just
so
I'm
happy
just
to be
happy to be here.
Yeah.
Man. I'm like,
There we
this
go.
This is
is
like publicist shit right here.
Yeah,
Great.
I am
Great.
Founder over here.
This is
like,
fantastic.
You can do it.
yeah, man. So I
That's so
want
good.
to thank America. I want to thank the marijuana.
No,
Oh,
or
wow.
thank your mother.
Yeah, that's the
and,
thing.
Yeah.
Every
and
single
we
time
love the
he
children.
goes to weed, Marina just
We do.
just
We love the
strays him.
children. That's not going to be on screen
Mhm.
anymore.
Mhm.
All right. I'm taking over now.
Well, yeah, to end the show, anything else? If you got any like things you want to plug or things you want to shout out, I wanted to say rest in peace, Arlene Sorkin, the original voice of Harley Quinn on Batman the
Yeah.
Animated
Yeah.
Series,
Yeah.
who passed away this last week. And a voice for numerous multitudes of other things. Just an incredible presence in animation and a
Yeah.
huge loss. Rest in peace, Arlene.
I want to shout out the movie Bottoms, which had a limited release this weekend. I think it's getting a wider one. I know Connor also saw it. That movie is just
We're talking about it
excellent.
next week.
Fucking loved that movie. Oh my god.
Excellent.
Can't wait to see it.
I will be definitely checking out this weekend, and I actually watched Shiva Baby last night for the first time, and really dug it. So I'm excited to talk about that as well. And looking forward to Bottoms this weekend. Bottoms this weekend, be good.
Bria. I love me some Pam Bria, baby.
Were you talking about Pam
Just
Grier?
just like the concept of Pam Grier.
You're
I
doing
love everything about Pam Grier.
You're doing the voice from the coffee trailer.
Yeah. Pam Bria is big. Her one-woman hit squad out to take down the man. Hell yeah.
Wow,
Awesome.
that's good. That's good stuff,
It's actually
man.
pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we should record some random takes of you.
Dude, yeah,
Samples.
man. You should, man. I'm a star, man.
Okay.
I'm a star.
Okay, anyway.
I'm a star.
Okay.
Anybody else got
Reeling
anything?
it in.
I opened 1% of ego.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
If anyone doesn't have anything, I was gonna say, check out. We're on social media now at CinemaCurse666 on Instagram and TikTok. We're posting funny little. I got to burp. Clips.
That's unprofessional.
None of this is fucking professional.
None of this on our end.
We're
at least on
unfucking
our end.
professional up in this motherfucker.
It's a deeply
That's what we
unprofessional
fucking are.
show.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
my whole vibe.
man. We're the unprofessionals.
Yeah. Yep.
Or
unprofessional bastards. Yes.
If you like the show, please share it, subscribe. The more people we get watching, the more the one who's putting this together, am motivated to do it. I want to thank Brian Robert, for composing our outro theme, which you'll hear in a second. And next week, it's finally happening. The Haunted Mansion special that everyone's been begging for. We'll see when I relinquish this bit. But I've been doing it.
My brother is in the Haunted Mansion.
Your brother
movie.
is in the Haunted Mansion movie, which is honestly, when you told me that, was the most excited I was about that movie I've ever been.
What does your brother play?
He's a background guitarist.
Oh, okay.
I have not seen the movie yet.
He's a featured
but
extra, right? You said
he's a featured extra.
But no, for real, next week we're talking Emma Seligman and Rachel Sennott in their two collaborations, Bottoms and Shiva Baby. Bottoms being maybe my favorite comedy I've seen in the last like 5 or so years. 5.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's pretty great.
I haven't seen a comedy I liked in 5 years.
You liked Pop Star.
I don't like. Oh, was that even 5 years ago?
That might have been more than 5 years ago. I think Pop Star is my I think Bottoms is I would say Bottoms is my favorite comedy movie since Pop Star, probably.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. Good.
That's about 7 years. Yeah, it's 2016. So
Pop
whenever that came out.
Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping came out in. They don't say it on the box, so
No,
2016. 2016.
Yeah.
You know, 2016.
It's been a while.
Comedy is dead because of damn cancel culture. And,
It's back, baby, because of Barbie.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's
Yeah.
Barbie.
Cancel culture
Barbie
is
was
back because
funny.
of Barbie. You got it, man.
Barbie was great.
Yeah, it's so real.
It's pretty good.
But does anyone have anything else they want to say, or can I start the outro theme?
You can start
Yeah,
that
it's
outro.
time to
baby.
go. Fuck
Alright.
it. Go.
I'm going to bed.
All right, bye everybody. Goodbye, citizens.
Bye-bye.
And may all of you be cursed.
I love everyone here. And all of you